Hey guys, Cindy over paper.old.new. Thanks for coming in and spending some time with me. Did I lean into my? I'm leaning all in. Um, God bless you for being here, and we are going to do another revisit. So, as you know, I've been going back through Tina's Math Makes just to see what it is I like and what it is I probably won't use, just because I know what I've come to like and not like as far as my crafting is concerned. So we're going back through and revisiting. Today we are doing, let's see, I did 1 through 10. I did 11 through 21. No, 11 through 20. Is this 21 through, I think this is 21 through 30. I've already lost track, guys. I'm lost. Okay. Assuming this is 21 through 30. 21 was these paper flowers. I don't know if you remember these. I struggled with them a lot. This is one of those things where I think I would find other ways to make paper flowers. I think these are, for some people, I think these are great because I think some people know how to do this. I, on the other hand, struggled with it. And when I tried to practice it off camera to see if I could get any better at it, it was so hard. I could not, I just couldn't get it to where I wanted it. And they also seem kind of bulky. So I don't know. These aren't for me. I do think they look cute. I think these are very cute. I just don't know that they're something that I would use a lot of. I did have, this is my, you might recognize this, my decorated ephemera box. I think I have one on a piece of ephemera I made. As a matter of fact, I meant to pull it out. I'm surprised I didn't, because I was trying to find examples of the uses, and I saw it and I thought I pulled it out. I'm not going to spend too much time looking for it, but I thought it was in here. Now, all these boxes of ephemera. Is that it? That is. Okay. So basically, I made this little, it's just a little flip open piece to journal on that clips into the book with this little bow paperclip, right? Which I think it turned out really cute. I just don't know that I would make them very often. Okay. Next is belly bands with a flip. That's what she called these. Belly bands with a flip. And it doesn't have to be a flip up. Okay, so we did this belly band through here. I put a belly band on the belly band, and this has got a little flip up piece. So you would glue it down here and here, and then you would, yeah. And then this one flips open this way. And yeah. And it's still a belly band. You still just glue it down there. And this one I did with, because you're going to be sliding stuff across. I mean, you could slide from that side, I suppose, but sliding stuff across, I didn't want it to catch. So I put some masking tape back there. But those were, I like these. I like interactive belly bands. I don't just like a strip up the middle of the page. I want it to be at the very least decorative. But I like these interactive belly bands with little hidden, like this one you flip up and there's a little hidden band in there with something in it. I like these. I would make these again. And they're not hard. So, okay, now here's one of my favorites. I love these. Oh, here's another place that I use one of those paper flowers too. Look. So just a single one, not a layered one with a ruffle. This is a tuck. These are just book page pockets, and I put some napkin back on that one. And then this one, you can set the angle of your pocket however you want to set it. And then there's this one, which I think, yeah, this one's back to the sharp angle. And then this one has a pocket on the front. This one does too. So a pocket here. This one's got a pocket here. This one's got a tuck. which I purposely made sure that this angle matched that angle. Now, I had made these before. I mean, these you can make in all different styles. So this one's a tuxedo style pocket. Here's some more with the slants. Another tuxedo one. Tuxedo ones. Some of them aren't like fully decorated yet. I don't even know what's going on there. These aren't decorated. But they use other paper. And I have some plans for I love these pockets. I have some plans for these pockets. So make sure you stay tuned because remember I've been talking about doing things with fabric. So make sure you come back. These I would definitely make. I would sit down and mass make these out of book page. I like these a lot. Now I'm looking at ways to prep the book page or do something a little different to make it, a little different. But yeah, I would definitely do those. Okay. The other one we did was tiny tags. In this particular case, I stuck it on a bulb pin with some charms and put it through this card. But basically, it was just cutting your scraps of cardstock in small tag shapes. And so you have little things to stick in your little pockets. So give me a second. So basically, we're looking at taking your scraps and you cut it across and then you cut the corner off here. But I mean, how cute are these? Just to have like a couple of little tags to go into a pocket on a book, in a book. That doesn't look like it came out right. Maybe close anyway. You can make some of them tall. I'm always trying to decide how I want the corners cut. So I would also consider that tiny because it's not very wide. This one I might cut in half. Yeah, that wasn't straight. Which is hysterical because I had lines to follow. And these can be tags, or what if you did this? I like the corners to be even. So yeah, I'm going to do the whole, I don't know. I guess that's how that goes on there. Now, what if I did this on all four corners and made like a little book plate style label? So, or a little label. So it's Friday evening. My daughter came to visit, my older daughter, the one that moved out. She came to visit, so she's downstairs. I told her to come knock. So if I get interrupted before we finish this video, it's because she's got to go back home. She's got to get up for work. She has some work tomorrow. Anyway, so you could do that. But, I mean, you got all these scraps, you might as well do stuff with them. So tiny tags. And then they can be used you can hang them off of cards like this, or you can stick them in little pockets in journals. Like, for example, actually, I'll have an example. I can find the book. So we've looked through Pussy Willow, right? Well, I was missing. See? Perfect. Now, it probably needs inking, but you get the idea. I like the tiny tags. I think they are good for stuff like what I just showed you in that book. Okay, these are these pockets. I know what I want to do. All right. So the way these pockets were made, you were supposed to fold in the edges at either end of the piece of paper. Let me see if I've got some test prints here of stuff. going to be on its side, but let's just run through one real quick. Sorry, that paper, it never goes in right. Okay, so basically you take the paper and you do it long ways like this. We're not mask making, but I am going to show you how you do this. So we take it in, we turn it in like this, okay? I don't know that I'll get out the glue and do the whole shtick, but at the very least we can. I can't find my bone folder. Amazing what you can do with a pair of scissors. Okay, so yeah, it's my printer cut out on me. Okay, and then you go to the other side and you do the same. So this is to reinforce the top of your pocket. Here. Okay, and then you're going to fold it in half. Okay, so this is your pocket. I suppose if you put it down in your book as a side tuck, it doesn't matter. Okay, now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to fold these in like this to give yourself a gusset. So we're going to fold that in like that. And we're going to fold this in like this. Now keep in mind you would be gluing these down. Okay. And then you cut a V out here just to get rid of the bulk at the fold. Cut a V out there. And then you want to cut a V out here. Okay. And then you can cut an angle. Remember, this strip would be glued down. So you would cut an angle out here just so that the pocket doesn't show at the top. Or the gusset part doesn't show out the top of your pocket. So I always clip these corners down into my pocket. So like this. Oops, I can't find the fold. Okay. All right. And then you would fold these in, and this is where your glue would go. So you put glue here, and you put glue here, and then when you fold it, you get a little gusseted pouch like that. Okay. Now, the only thing different I did was I took a piece of paper. Actually, it was 2 pieces of scrapbook paper that I glued back to back, and then I stuck a divider in there. So I glued the divider between the gusset pieces and stuck it like that so it would have a divider in the middle. And you don't have to do that. You can just make it a pouch. This was an addition that I did. And then I decided that the gusset would be, it would be a lot easier if you stuck a tab on the divider. You could just slide things under the tab and slide things over the tab, and they'll go on the right side of the divider where you want them. I like these pockets. I want to get my, okay, I'm going to get these down, and we are going to put dividers in our, all right, let's see what we got. Could be something like this. I think this would work in here. All right. I want to get these dividers in, and that way I can put these in my pocket box and they can get used. We're not going to decorate or anything, but this was my thought for these, was if you put the divider in, you could put this tab on it. And if you really got ambitious, I suppose you could put more than one divider in there and then put multiple staggered tabs. I just want to make sure it's straight. I don't usually like to center things, but that kind of ended up centered. Okay, and then just be careful that you don't squish glue out in there so that your pocket glues to your divider. Like that. I'm just cleaning up the glue. Okay, and then you've got a little, so that goes on that side, that goes on that side. And all you have to do is slip your, so if this is my tag, I just have to slip it on top and it ends up on that side of the divider. And if I slip it underneath this tab, it ends up on the other side of the divider. So the tab kind of guides you into the pocket where you want to be. Okay. Now let's see. Oh my gosh, guys, my room is boiling because I have the doors closed. Hold on just a second. All right, I had to get my hair up off my neck. Okay. There's only 3 of these. So I just want to get dividers on them real quick. I wonder if I should use this guy. On the wood? No, I don't like that. I actually don't know what I would use on the wood. Maybe this. I'm trying to add a pop of color, but I didn't like the way that looked. I don't mind that though. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and of course you could ink these tabs. You know, whatever you want to do. I did say this was weeks 21 through 30. So you can go back to mine. Mine will be days 21 through 30. Hers will be weeks 21 through 30 or 121 through 130, like that. Okay, I'm just going to slide it under, put it over, and then make sure it's straight. What are we doing here? We're not being straight. That's what we're doing. Okay, there we go. Okay, and it just peeks out a little. I mean, and you can pull it, I can pull it up further. Well, yeah, there we go. I can pull it up a little further so that it's closer to the top. And then it peeks out a little more. Okay, and that gives you your tab on that one. Okay, and the butterflies. I know this is supposed to be a revisit, and I'm crafting. I couldn't help it, guys. I really want to get these tabs in here. Can you tell? I think I'm just gonna do this one. Okay. So, has anybody tried these mask makes? I mean, feel free to leave me in the comments, like if you, I don't know, disagree with something I'm saying, or if I'm saying that I don't like something for some reason and you think that I'm, or maybe you've got some advice or, whatever. I'm all good with that. Uh, all right. Hang on just a second. It was not my older daughter. But anyway, she'll probably be up here in about 2 minutes to knock on that door again. So we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, now these can go in my pocket drawer instead of being held onto in here, and I can put this away. Okay, making a small mess, getting some little crafty things done. The next thing, and I'm not going to demonstrate these. I don't know what order this went in. Yo-yos might have been next, or button clusters. I'm not sure which was next. Because when I pile it up in order, the fabric little extra thingies sometimes get rearranged in the pile. So, but we did yo-yos, and these are all ones that I made. So yay me. You cut a circle of fabric and you do so I have these circles that I haven't sewn into yo-yos yet. But I may sit and do that soon. I apologize for my yo-yo video. I may, during our quest for things to do with fabric, as you heard, I'm going to do a making from my fabric mess series. So yo-yos might be one of the things we do, and I'll redo my yo-yo video because my yo-yo video in my mass makes was blurry, and I don't really know what happened to the focus, but I apologize, and I thank any of you that sat through it and watched me out of focus. So yo-yos. But anyway, so yeah, it's basically a running stitch, and then you pull it tight and knot it up, and there you go. So yeah, and I like putting centers on them. So you can see I did a button here, and this one I actually did it in the video. I threaded some baker's twine through this button and stuck it on there. I think that one turned out really cute. I'm like reluctant to use it because I like it so much. I just need to do this to a bunch of my buttons. And who knows, maybe we will. I'll show you how I did it. It's not like it's hard, and I'm not expecting you to of course, for this particular version, I actually sewed it to the yo-yo. But you can also just do it in the button and glue it on the yo-yo. So yo-yos, I would definitely do these again, but they're what do you call it? sit casually and make while you're not on camera thing. Okay, these are fabric clusters, and this is definitely something that I want to do again because I love these. It's a piece of lace, a piece of pattern fabric, a piece of plain fabric, two patterns that you like together, fabric and a piece of lace, some cute little buttons, all sewn together. And then you just glue this like you do a paper cluster. You just glue this to a project. For example, I glued one here. This is something we'll see later on in the thing. I glued one right here. This was one of the clusters I made in the video, and I think I added this flower after I glued it down. But I mean, how cute is that on the front of there? Love that. And then here, I made this one and glued it down to this pocket. Really cute. So I love these. These are awesome. I would definitely make these again. And when you've got tons of fabric scraps, I mean, what else are you going to use them for? So these are a definite yes. I'm going to end up having to put all this stuff away. Okay, and then during this, she did simple pockets. This is how I think I want to start doing most of my pockets because I like having space. It makes it a little weird when you just stick a tag down in there, though, just because it doesn't feel full. So I like, what do I want to say? I have a love-hate relationship with these. I love the fact that they give you space and you're not constantly trying to get something in the pocket that you and bumping up against because it doesn't come up off the paper. But I also am worried about the pocket seaming not full enough. So, but then again, then you get to stuff all kinds of stuff in the pockets. And these would also be good to stick booklets in. You know how we've done booklets. I also love the way this pocket turned out. I can't tell you guys. This is probably some of my best collage work, at least in my opinion, that I've done. And I don't even know how I did it. Although it helped that I had these pieces that went together. So, and I still have these pads. So I might take the pads and cut them up and see if I can make some more of these just because I love the way that turned out. I mean, that's probably one of my favorite pockets that I did. And yes, these are definitely a do with scraps project. I would do these. Next is the fold downs. Now, this is the envelope fold down. So they look like envelopes and then you fold down, you've got journaling space, right? I will say this, my tendency is to glue these in as a pocket and then you fold them down on the page. My tendency is not to put them in the book in a pocket. But you could, I decorated the back of this one, however, so you could put it in with a paper clip though, like at the top of a page, just clip it on there. And then, the person can take it out of the book and write on it and then clip it back in wherever they want. So there's that. And I have a couple of those here. And really easy to make. These are, yes, I like those. As a matter of fact, I have a few strips of paper here, and I thought maybe we would fold a few just because I'm trying to get rid of strips, guys. So, as you can see, the back of this paper is all done up. So we're going to, now, in the video, I glued these down, these flaps here. That's personal preference. You can keep them unglued and make them part of the writing space. Or you can do like I'm about to do and glue them down. But you just glue the corners and then you fold. Now, the folding is probably, if you ask me, getting the folding right is probably the hardest part of this. I really wish I could find my bone folder, guys. It's probably in here and I'm just not seeing it. But, okay, hang on just a second. That was my older daughter. She was leaving. Now that this video is all out of whack and I have no idea how long we've been doing any of this. Okay, the advice is to curl it until you get it where you want it, see? Because I want the last fold to be about right there. I wonder if you could do this backwards. So, like, actually, it could be back that far. I wonder if you could do this backwards somehow. I want my envelope to be that big. Yeah. And then this would fold in here like this. This is me trying to figure out what would be the easiest way for me to do this. Then you would fold this back up even with this crease. And then this would fold down. Now you're going to have to reverse fold all these, and this last one you could probably cut off. So it would be, or you can tear it off. Like that. And then we go like this, and like this, and like this, and like that. And there you have a little envelope. Now, I wanted to show you this because this is how I like to close these kinds of things. I like to close them with, sorry, I'm struggling here. I like to close them with 3D stickers. Theme-wise, not a lot of these go, but actually, I'm going to use this one. Maybe. Okay, so basically what you do is you figure out where you want, how far down the sticker you want the tip to be. And then you put the sticker down on the envelope. Normally I would put more glue on there, but I think it's going to stick okay. And then that just gives you your lifting spot. I love using, this is like my favorite use for 3D stickers. I actually really like that one. So, as you can see, after I get off this camera with you, I'm probably going to fold the rest of these strips and stick stickers on them. I'm trying to get my sticker drawer cleaned out, another one of my projects, because I have all these sheets of stickers that just sit and nothing gets done with them. So I'm trying to do something to help clean them out. All right, the next thing, the last video in the set, video 30, I guess, was two kinds of flips. All right, so you had the double tucks, and Tina likes torn ones, so we made most of the double tucks are torn. Okay, I did do one that was a double tuck with a torn tuck on top. So like one of these that folds around the page. I know this is just a regular, this is a single Rita Donnelly flip. And basically what it is you glue that down on the page so that it's a tuck, and then you've got an area that flips up for journaling, right? So that's a Rita Donnelly. This is a double Rita Donnelly. So this one wraps around your page like that. So you get a tuck on this side and you get a tuck on this side, and both sides have a flip up spot. That side and this side. Now, that I think is really cool, and I am going to show you how I made that. These I think are really cool. I'm always leery of tattered edges, but cardstock, it seems to hold up okay. I'm always leery of tattered edges being the edges of pockets, because when you tear it, it's weaker than it was before you tore it. Okay, so we have all these double-edged pockets. Like I said, single Rita Donnelly flips. That happens to be coffee dyed. So you do put the open side down. This is your tuck side, and then this flips up for writing. Right? Okay. All right, now, the double Rita Donnelly flip that folds over the page. I just wanted to, real quick, I did these in pairs, if you couldn't tell. I do like corner tucks. I love the way these turned out. If you've got coordinating cardstocks that you like together, I think this is a great way to use them. Notice on these ones I did opposites. So like your outer one is the red and the inner one is the pink, and I did opposites there. This one I actually flipped it over and did completely different paper. Like I did the other side of the paper. Okay, other side of both papers. Okay, and then on this one, I switched them again. So I did the rows on the back and then the stripes, and then the rows on the front with the stripes. And on this one, I did them both the same. But anyway, So those are pairs. The idea of them, going in the same journal on, I don't know, different sides of the same signature or something like that. But I would definitely make all kinds of corner tucks. I like them. I think they're a good add to any journal. This is what I was going to use to show you how I made the Read It On Other flips. So I look at how long or how wide my strip is. Okay. I like to make them at least 4 inches wide. This one's 3.5. So, I mean, it is what it is. You can decide what your favorite width is. That's just going to determine the size of the tuck. I don't think this is cut straight, which is why I'm checking this end, because I think this is a little closer to 3.5. Okay, so if this is 3.5 inches wide, I need a 7-inch strip. Because basically what you do, I've got a ruler, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Basically, all you're going to do is you're going to cut this to 7 inches. And I've got this that I can make something else of. You're going to fold it in half. You want the half. Okay, where are my flips? When you fold it in half, the part that is inside your flip is what you want outside on your fold. So I fold it like this. This is what I want inside my flip. I think this grid makes good writing surface. Also, at this point, you can trim any edges that aren't even. I would definitely do it now. I found my bone folder, by the way. It was in the mess, and I just couldn't see it. As you can see, I've got some up there, a little bit at that end. I think it was just cut crooked. You do want them to be pretty square. So, like that. And then on this side, I've got a little. So we're going to trim like this. Oh, careful. That's catching both surfaces. Dang on it. All right. And then you're basically going to fold your triangle down to the corner like that. Okay. So that's one side. And then you'll turn it over and do the same on the other side. Okay. These are not hard. You just need to remember to make your strip twice as long as it is wide, because you want squares. You want your halves to be squares so that you can make triangles. Okay, and then that's the way it folds around the page. So it goes on there like that. Okay, and then this flips up and you've got your writing space. Same on the other side. Flips up and you've got your writing space. I love these. I think these are great. Now this is cardstock, so it's a little stiff, but I feel like that makes a good tuck. I did say this one was kind of small. I mean, it is, but depending on the page you're putting it on, you might want something small. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily want a huge, like if this was the size of my page and I was making a little journal for something, I wouldn't necessarily want anything much bigger than that. So yeah. So I guess that's it, guys. That's it for, I'm pretty sure this is 21 through 30. We are looking at getting through all of Tina's mass makes and visiting them about 10 at a time. Most of these I liked. It was mainly just this paper flower that I probably will not take the time to make those. Tina's really good at it. Hers turn out really cute because I think she's had a lot of practice. There are other things that I will put my time into. They're just not for me. I'm trying to say this without insulting anybody. I'm not trying to judge anything. I think that everybody likes their own stuff. Like some people like grungy, some people like neat and clean, some people, it's just like that. These are just not my cup of tea. So thanks for hanging in with me on the revisits. We'll see you next time with, what did I say? This was 21 through 30. We'll see you next time with 31 through 40. I feel like I'm getting that wrong. I think this is 31 through 40. Guys, I'm actually gonna have to go back and check. I think this is 31 through 40. So excuse me at the beginning of the video when I said 21 through 30. These are 31 through 40. Bear with me as I try to keep track, and I'll talk to you guys soon. God bless you for hanging in with me, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.